Hello, everybody. I'm here to give you a detailed aura reading of one of the public figures these days who has become really a hero to me. District Attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, Fani Willis. I like to think that her name is pronounced Fani because many people, including me, are in awe of this woman. And I actually have already done an aura reading of her. I'll give you a link at the bottom of this YouTube video. It's a kind of aura reading called a skilled empath merge, a little bit more in depth and researching different chakra databanks. Now, you may not know much yet about aura readings or chakra databanks. And one way to familiarize yourself with that is to go to a YouTube video I made right before this one today about Donald Trump and his famous mugshot. In that, I go into quite a lot of detail about what chakra databanks are and the array that I'm going to be using here. But for now, I'm going to assume that if you'd like that background information, you will go on over there and learn more about today's aura reading. It's not the old see the colors thing. Now that we're living in the age of awakening and not the age of faith, which ended with a shift into the age of awakening on December 21st, 2012. Now that we're living in this age of awakening, it's possible to have much better skills for energetic literacy. And in fact, I do teach them. If you'd like to learn, please know you do not have to be clairvoyant. You do not have to be a lot of things that are part of traditional teaching of aura reading, and you can wind up doing much better with your energetic literacy skills. You can learn to not only read chakra databanks in person, but read them from regular photos like I'm doing here. So without further ado, let's begin with Fani Willis's root chakra databank for connection to objective reality. Is she paying attention to reality or not so much? What's the quality? I'll tell you always the symbolic size and then the quality. All right, here goes. This goes out 49 feet from her physical body. It's within normal range. And the quality here is fierce determination. Like steel. It is a quality of determination that is about doing what she believes is right. You know, the justice system in America, the law, they are supposed to be, this is my commentary, not in her aura, they're supposed to be about the law and no person is above the law and putting what is fair and legal into action and bringing consequences to people who are not in compliance with the law. People doing things that, well, I used to tell my son when he was little, naughty things. So she has a kind of moral intensity at the time of this photo when she's giving a press conference, a moral intensity and a strength, a steel-like strength that is that flavor of determination that is showing in the chakra databank. And of course, the information in chakra databanks shows subconsciously and energetically. They're not conscious and they're not a mood and they're not somebody consciously choosing to live a particular way or believe in a certain thing. This is like in our auras where the rubber meets the road. Let's go on to her next chakra databank, shall we? I'm going to go on to her chakra data bank for handling anger. And that means handling anger in life. Back soon to report. This goes out 38 feet. It's within normal range for her at the time of this screenshot. And I'd say that the quality here involves a dispassionate handling of anger. If you think about it, people's auras change second by second, except for that divine level gift of the soul in every one of our chakra data banks. The rest of it, the size and quality, they're changing all the time. And at the time of this screenshot, she's giving a news conference about prosecuting the former guy. And she has a way of handling anger in life that is really about handling anger in her capacity as district attorney, the first female district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia. And so it is very much down to the bone and bones and the guts. It's down to her chakra data bank there about handling anger. She does it as not only an attorney, but a supervisor, a higher up person enforcing the law. Really deep down. And to people who have accused her of having some kind of vendetta, I don't think so. She is a prosecutor, or I guess it's called a district attorney. I'm no lawyer, but I am an aura reader. So to continue on, over to her solar plexus chakra data bank for handling fear. It goes out 80 feet. Largest functioning one we found here so far, functioning a fair amount larger. It's not super over functioning like 100 miles or 1,000 miles or trillions of miles, but it is over functioning within her normal range by a little bit. And she does have fear in life. Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she? But on the other hand, she's used to handling fear. She subconsciously and energetically, she feels it. She doesn't pretend she doesn't feel it. She feels it, and that's just part of her life. Kind of like an occupational hazard for somebody who's really doing the job of district attorney. Now on over to her and her heart chakra data bank about handling anger emotionally. Back soon. This goes out 60 feet. Different people have different degrees of emotionality in life. Maybe you've noticed that. Like maybe even just watching me and listening to me with this YouTube video, you can tell Rose has a lot of emotions. I do. It's taken me many years. I'm now 75. It has taken me at least half a century to accept that that's how I am put together, and it's not some terrible thing that I should fix in order to be more acceptable as a human being. It's just how I am. Well, Fani Willis's way of handling any emotion, including handling anger, which is what this chakra data bank's about, handling anger in an emotional way as a human being she's very used to it, and she has a way of knowing that she is going to do something about the problems. You could call it, there's a subconscious habit of resolve. She doesn't just react to the anger, but she resolves to do something to make things better. Pretty wonderful, huh? And now over to handling fear emotionally for her at the time of this screenshot. It goes out 80 feet. This one also goes out 80 feet, this fear-related chakra data bank. And it's as though she feels it and she transmutes it into, so what am I going to do about it to make things better? Perhaps if you have a kind of work you do where you're giving back to society, giving back to other people in a way that is important to you, you know this kind of transmutation process where you feel anger, disgust, worry, etc., and you don't run away from it, but it strengthens your resolve. You are going to use your life to do something about it while there's still breath in your body. I'm not a stranger to that experience, and her version of it is something I understand very well. It's a little different from mine. It's hers. So speaking of her, let's go on to our next to the last chakra data bank here, the one for communication to gain popularity. Back soon to report. Goes out 3 feet. She doesn't have a whole lot of ego involvement in this work of hers. She is like the opposite of Trump in that regard. He's all fame, 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 no substance. She is, I'm here to make a difference. It's not about my personality. I don't need credit. Just let me do my job. And maybe some of you who are watching this video can relate to that way of doing something that is important or even sacred to you. Then the last chakra data bank here is her connection to spiritual source. And that's just a more universal way of saying connection to Allah, connection to the God of Israel, connection to the impersonal aspect of God, to the Holy Spirit, to whatever you want to call that. It also is very personal, but I just call it by this generic name. But I think of it as connection to God. Anyway, I'm going to read on her. And no, I don't find out what her name is for God, because reading ours is not mind reading. It is learning about a person's subconscious mind, subconscious and energetic functioning, not how the person thinks. All right, so back for the last time, back soon. At the time of this video, where the screenshot was taken of her, it's not a normal moment in her life. This is a press conference related to prosecuting, bringing counts against, arresting, maybe convicting a former US president. That former US president. She has this chakra data bank at this time out 9,000 feet. And And there's strong presence of the divine in there. And it's like it's putting the wind beneath her wings. It's giving her what she needs to do this job, no matter what. So you've just had a bit of aura research, and there will be a link at this YouTube video where you can find an article at my blog with many interesting, wonderful comments and conversations that have come up there already. In terms of this YouTube video, if you have found it worth seeing, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment if you like. I will respond personally to whatever you write. I would appreciate if you share it. Energy spirituality is not a big movement. I don't want to start a movement. Energy spirituality exists to help people with emotional growth and spiritual evolution, spiritual awakening, even maybe enlightenment, using skills that work now in the age of awakening, which began with a shift on December 21st, 2012. It exists to help people. And any way that you can spread the word about energy spirituality, sessions, books, online workshops, even simply the very lively blog that we have at my website, I would appreciate that very much. Because like maybe so many of you, you're aware that there are a lot of problems in America and in the world now. And this is a wonderful time to be alive for many reasons. And one of those reasons is to bring more truth into this world. Thank you for watching. Good to meet you. Bye for now.